The flight attendant took off her shoes, its high heels, and used it to stir the coffee. Then he served the same coffee to a female passenger. But the passenger actually pushed his cup, spilling coffee directly on those flight attendants. Scolded and injured by the heat, the woman wasn't just any passenger. She was a royal princess and had chartered an entire plane. He specifically asked that flight attendant serves her own. Moments later, the flight attendant returned with a new cup of coffee. But this time, the princess's eyes were fixed on his finger. That flight attendant wears the same ring, exactly with his. He immediately asked the flight attendant to take off the ring and said, "Ring as expensive. This is inappropriate for a poor girl like you." He dropped the ring and stepped on it. The flight attendant felt so humiliated. Go back to the kitchen. He was really angry. That's when he found out that the princess was allergic to shrimp. So he deliberately opened a box of seafood noodles, taking out the shrimp, and served it to the princess for lunch. The princess began to eat without hesitation. The sound of coughing echoed in the cabin. When the princess went to the toilet, he saw some photos on the chair. It turned out that the princess had known that the flight attendant had been dating Prince. Suddenly, the princess returned with a reddened face and eyes. The flight attendant panicked. Plane landed. The princess was immediately rushed to the hospital. The flight attendant was finally able to breathe a sigh of relief. But then, a shocking news spread. The princess has been pronounced dead. And because he was a member of the royal family, the body should be discharged immediately. The princess herself left a note that the same flight attendant had to accompany his remains during the flight. The flight attendant couldn't resist. On that flight, the flight attendant sat in the back row. Suddenly, the plane shook violently and the princess's body crashed. The flight attendant was terrified. He asked the captain for help, but the captain didn't respond. He realized it was the ghost of the princess, seeking revenge. Because freaking, he banged on the cockpit door in desperation, but no one opened. To force the captain out, he raised the axe and broke the cabin window. The captain thought he was out of his mind, so he tied her to a chair. Now the princess's body is facing him, and her body slowly starts to move. And then something terrible happened. When the plane landed, the bodyguards came in and found the flight attendant knelt before the princess's body.